What is going on, my friends on YouTube? It's Crobat for the win here, and bringing you a battle versus darklugia96 from Smogon. And there's the team preview. So, yeah, it was a pretty good match. It was kind of funny, kind of fun, you know, that whole thing. So, yeah. I'm going to start out with the Super Wall, which is a fortress. He starts with the Landorus, and he's going to do a U-turn, which is just fine. Kind of predicted that anyways. And I figure I can get my rocks up at this point. Now, Fortress can't stand against a Heatran, and I'm gonna switch.
I am Smaug! I kill where I wish! I am strong! 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 My armor is like tenfold shields. My teeth are like swords. My claws, spears! The shock of my tail are thunderbolts!
So obviously that's a very dead Togekiss right there. It's going down, down, to a crit, but didn't really matter. You know, the Dragon Dance and that whole thing. Smaug is easily going to take that thing out. So now he's going to send in Bronzong, and I have to stay in because I'm locked into Outrage. It does an okay amount, actually, a pretty respectable amount, considering it's resisted, and he probably has defensive investment. And he's going to go for Gyro Ball now, which is going to do quite a bit of damage, and I decided to stay in against the Confusion. And for once in my entire life, I actually break through the Confusion and get an Earthquake off. And I know you're going to say that thing is Levitate, but no, because this thing is Mold Breaker, which means it defies Levitate. So, unfortunately, I decided to fodder this thing while he goes for a U-turn. I just wanted to make sure he didn't predict anything. I was pretty sure he'd go into something like Terrakion after, so I could go into the Super Wall to take any of Terrakion's moves. So he's going to go for a close combat, and it really doesn't do all that much because this is a Super Wall. It still might be like a 2-hit KO, but at the same time, I needed to get the rocks away so I could safely switch in Gengar, which is who I'm going to go into next. But he's actually going to predict that fairly nicely, I guess, because obviously I have a Ghost, and he was locked into close combat, being choiced, and he goes into Heatran. So I go for the Focus Blast here just to see how much damage it'll do. I'm not sure if this is defensive or like not defensive, I don't know. So he's going to go for the Fire Blast, which is going to bring you down to the Sash. That's perfectly fine because obviously I have a Sash, and that's why I didn't want the Stealth Rocks in when I switched him in. So I'm going to go for the Focus Blast again, and since it took it out in 2 hits, I think it was probably more offensive based. And just going to go into this Landorus now. I know it's going to outspeed due to its Choice Scarf, so I'm going to go into the Super Wall again, predicting a U-turn, and takes that hit very nicely because just Super Wall, come on now. Gonna go into Terrakion again, which definitely can KO me from this low of health. So I'm gonna switch, obviously. I'm gonna go into Gengar, hoping that he'll go for the close combat. He does, and because he's choice, he has to switch here, which is awesome for me. He's gonna go into Gastrodon, which is gonna be kind of annoying. I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Ball just to get damage on something. I don't carry the sub. This is a counter Destiny Bond Gengar, so I am gonna go for the Destiny Bond, and then he's gonna go for a Stockpile, which I'm like, what? That's random. But I guess it helped him because now he's not killing me. There's no Destiny Bond to be had. So I'm going to switch out, hoping I can use the Destiny Bond later. And I'm going to go into my own Gastrodon because now he probably has just Earth Power or Scald or something like that to hit me, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to go for a Toxic so I can wear him down. That's all I need to do here. So he is going to go for the Earth Power now. And that's going to do not that much, obviously, because that's just a Gastrodon, and those things aren't very strong without investment. Now, I know the Toxic is going to easily wear him down. I'm going to switch out now. I'm going to go into Gengar because, you know what, I'm predicting the Earth Power, and hey, why not do more Toxic stalling? It's pretty fun to go over the Earthquake or Earth Power or whatever, if that's where its name's from. So I'm going to go back into this this Gastrodon because, you know, why not? It's probably going to go for the Scald to try to hit Gengar. So I'm going to get some leftovers, which is always helpful. I'm close to full health as he's getting his health slowly drained down. I have a special attack raise, so I am going to go for the Earth Power just to get a little bit of health. I mean, a little bit of damage Not really much, but the Toxic is really all I need to wear this guy down. So I'm going to switch out again, and I'm going to go into the Gengar again, predicting an Earth Power. And that was a pretty good play on my part because he jumps right over it. Now, he's almost gone. One more Toxic will take him out, so I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. I know it'll KO with this low of health. So that's a dead Gastrodon. Now he's going to go into Landorus here, and I switch out. I'm going to go into the Super Wall because I'm hoping maybe it can take a hit. And since it's a U-turn, definitely it can, thankfully, because that is quite a Super Wall there. Now, he's going to send in Terrakion, which can definitely KO the Super Wall if he predicts correctly. And he actually went for the Stone Edge there, which wouldn't have KO'd. He predicted my Gengar switched, and I stayed in. So that was really good for me. And I get Earthquake just to get a little bit of damage. Doesn't really do all that much. So he's going to make a pretty nice play here and switch out and go into Landorus, which jumps over the Earthquake as well. Now he's going to go for a Stone Edge, predicting Gengar again. But instead I just got some spikes up because, you know what, why not? I can get a little more damage on Terrakion. So he's going to switch out now, knowing that he's locked into Stone Edge again. And I just go for the last layer spikes just because I was just kind of doing it late game just to get some damage on Terrakion. Now I'm going to switch out, predicting him to go for the close combat. And I'm going to go into Gengar. Unfortunately, he does predict correctly this time. And that's going to be the end of Gengar. He did pretty well, though. He avoided a bunch of hits. And still locked into Stone Edge. He ends up getting a crit on one of them, so my Super Wall goes down. That's unfortunate. But I do have this Choice Scarf Terrakion here. I know that I can KO both of his guys with... or I can KO that Terrakion with a Sacred Sword. And now I am just going to switch out and fodder out Espeon just because, you know, why not? I can use another move, like Close Combat or something, to KO that thing. I mean, Espeon didn't even get to do anything this match, just because. Now, actually, I decided to go into Gastrodon. Why would I have gone into Terrakion? That made no sense. So, I'm just going to go for a Scald, and I get to take that Landorus out. So, that was a good game, Dark Lugia, and my favorite part was obviously the part with Smaug. Yeah. Hobbit's a good movie. Now, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, my bro-bats, and peace out.